Hi, my name is Dave Jenkins. I'm the newest member of the Newport News City Council, and thank you for having me here today. I appreciate your giving me a few minutes to speak to you. I've got a lot to say. I'm not sure exactly how to say it, but bear with me. You know, about a year and a half ago, when my wife and I started getting involved in the Newport News community here, one of the things that we did was we went out to a Riverview Farm Park meeting that you had, and I heard Councilwoman Woodbury and I heard Councilman Burt Bateman speak, and it's been an issue that's been near and dear to my heart for quite some time. When I decided to run for City Council, one of the reasons I decided to run was because I felt that your message was not being given the voice that it needed in our city government. And when I decided to run, I made sure that Riverview Farm Park, although you're not political and can't support anybody and don't endorse anybody, your issue was the first thing I talked about. And I've did that throughout my campaign, because it's something that's very important to me. It's important to me because it says a lot about where this city is going, what we value, where we see our future going for this city. And I believe that although it is not a requirement that government keep its obligations when it says, like the City of Newport News did in the 1960s, that Riverview Farm Park should be a park, it's not a requirement, but it is a moral requirement that we do the right thing. As Dale said, you know, everybody who comes before City Council wants something and it all costs money. I'm learning that very quickly. I've only been to one City Council meeting and I already know that. But you know, just like in your family budget, when important things come up and money's a little tight, you find a way to make it happen. And that's what our city needs to do when it comes to Riverview Farm Park. And of course, I support taking out the terminology that Riverview Farm Park is understudy. I've talked to people in our city, it's not understudy. I mean, it is in fact an inaccurate statement. The only study that's going on up there is the archaeological study, and that is not a study for land use. If you really wanted to apply the thoughts and considerations that are being given about Riverview Farm Park and consider that understudy, you could put half the City of Newport News understudy, okay? That terminology should simply be taken away. The next step, because this is not going to ensure that this is going to become a park, is that we need to work to fight to make sure that we have a consensus on council to be able to get the votes, to be able to designate that this will be a park and to move forward with planning accordingly. Now, some people, I'll tell you, three of the people sitting on council right now ran and were reelected, and they told the public there needs to be a process. Okay? I want to make it very easy for them to vote in our favor. Okay? And I'll tell you, I believe in a process myself. I believe that we need to, first of all, say that this is going to be a park, and then we need to have a planning process to make it happen. Okay? So I'm hoping that with your support at the next City Council meeting, we will convince some of the people that taking this designation of understudy out of the comprehensive plan does not preclude them from having a process. And that we can all get together and we can make this a yes, which then turns into another yes, which then turns into another yes, and then a few years from now we'll be walking in a park down at River.